Now my brain is just defaulting to Super Adventure Box music. Guild Wars 2 Super Adventure Box is an April Fool's type festival.
Okay, we're back, it looks like. So, yeah, we left off. It seems you guys had come up with some possible ideas of what the motivations of the Peccary brothers are. It seems that they're here to uncover some kind of artifact that you haven't been able to see. And although Sycamore Sam has agreed to help you, he will not show you where it is for safety and privacy reasons, but he has agreed to help you drive out the people who are seeking it out, and it seems this can also help with Gartooth's personal mission and possibly save two islands with one stone.
It's a stone,
So,
guys. It's a stone. It's a stone. Just kidding.
no. Well, yes, I'll share my initiative when it is important. Yes, I have it ready. It's all good to go. So we continue the session in the morning. You wake up. You're able to find your way back to the town of Glassdock. Sam is like with him helping you. It's not too much of a problem, and it's also early morning, quiet. Sun is just coming up. It's very wet here, and it seems actually yesterday it was more clear and sunny. Today it's a little bit overcast. There's some clouds coming in,
Mm.
but yeah, you're able to you make it back. The walk is not too long, so you're well into the morning by the time you arrive.
Are there
And the
Looks
any
like a storm is a brewing.
are there any signs of threat from what happened last night that we can detect as we
yeah,
approach from?
so immediately as you're getting into the edge of town, people are more scared than they were. Everyone is, instead of like walking around the streets and arguing or seeming tense, everybody is locked up inside their houses, like watching suspiciously as you
Mm.
walk by.
Looks like more than just the sky is a brewing. Looks like everyone's got their own storms right now. Oy.
I wonder if this exchange went well last night.
Just as you say that, you round the corner to a like town square area in front of the courthouse, and you see a silhouette lying on the ground in the middle of the street,
Oh God,
untouched,
as in a
lying
body?
back. Yes, it's you see that stop. It is the sheriff is lying dead on the ground.
I'm I'm afraid it might be a trap, so I don't want to run up, but I do want to um I want to observe the surroundings around the body to make sure it's safe to approach. Can I roll something? Can I roll like an
Yes.
awareness or
Yep.
something?
Focus. You can have your awareness.
Okay. Uh, rolled an 8, 9, 10.
It doesn't seem like there's any kind of traps. In fact, it seems like based on context clues of everyone scared, it's here as a like sign. You're supposed to see it and you're supposed to be freaked out.
Um,
As you get closer, he's clearly like just a single shot in the chest, some kind of scatter weapon,
when I
like
touch him,
shot.
is he cold?
Yeah. And
Like
the
probably
blood
dead last
the
night.
blood is dry. He died last night or yesterday
Um,
afternoon.
I think
We
I'm
need
gonna
to
kneel
check on the
down beside
deputy.
him. Yeah, I'm gonna kneel down beside him and be like, "You were kind of a pussy, but this isn't the ending you deserved." I'm gonna check if anything was taken off of
His badge and his gun are missing.
him. Okay, we need, yeah, like Delilah said, I'm worried about Gwen. We need to get there, especially since she has a young kid. We need to get there right away.
Yeah. I'll You know where she lives. You can like go to her. She has like a small ranch with all three of the horses that are on the island. Uh, she's like the only one who takes care of them because they're not that useful here. But before you're even able to get to her and go check on her, you see two figures standing down at the end of the road, like on the steps in front of the courthouse, just hanging out. There's of the basically everyone is hiding inside their buildings, but here there's a couple, like it looks like supplies are being piled up by a couple of those crewmate figures with two imposing figures
Have
standing
they
having
noticed us yet?
yes, the body is close enough here that like in walking over and looking at it, they're here looking at you. It's one of them is a scrawny young man with a kind of like baggy shirt lounging on the steps watching other people work. He has like sort of slung over his shoulder is a big double-barreled shotgun that looks heavily tinkered with and modified, and he has several knives visible in sheaths on his body. And the other one is a very tall, very wide man, no shirt, lots of tattoos, massive muscles, and he's carrying, like, in one arm, a big iron shield with like spikes welded to it. It looks like sort of just
Oh.
an iron plate that's been fashioned into a shield he can walk around with, but he's otherwise shirtless, carrying no weapons.
Do we recognize these people as the brothers, or are they
They,
just
yeah, you already rolled
reflections?
the check before. They match the description, and they call out to you, the smaller one. So you found our signal. That's what happens to you if you don't stay where you belong.
Delilah slips one of her hands back behind her body, trying to maintain a very casual posture, and basically uses the hand
Yeah.
behind her back to signal to the others, follow my lead, and publicly says, quite the display indeed. Well, forgive us for not having gotten the message until now. I'm afraid we were out of town. Our payments had already been made, you see, and we had other business.
Out of town. There's not much on this island out of town, and then a couple of the crew like force out chuckles. He's a very both of them the familial similarity between the brothers is that they both have a kind of permanently sneering expression, like sort of wrinkled around the nose, even though they're young, like they're laughing meanly at people a lot.
Double checking if Sycamore came with us.
Yes, he is standing with you.
Yes, well, went to go find a friend who lives
Mhm.
out of town. One of the locals, you see. Had a personal matter to discuss with
Yeah.
him.
He stands up and takes a couple steps. The bigger one is just like standing back but staying close to his brother. Hmm. Very
If we have your
interesting.
leave,
How come you didn't want to participate in the collection we were doing? You know, we
we
can do a
already
lot of
paid
good
our
for this
dues,
town.
sir. Sorry, did you catch what she said?
What you paid your
Delilah said,
dues,
we
yeah.
already
Hmm.
paid our dues, sir.
Well, and how come you didn't come to see the show?
Yes, well, we didn't exactly realize there was a show to be made.
Hmm. Well, I know you like being in the middle of whatever's happening, Delilah.
She raises a brow at that.
Yep. Yeah,
So my
you haven't
reputation precedes me?
more than that. How about this? We've come here to set up a little bit of a protection of this town. They don't really have much going on. We thought we'd make this our base of operations. So, how about you guys just head out, pretend nothing happened, let us do what we're going to do.
Understood. If we have your leave.
He just like gestures with his gun in the direction of the dogs.
And so Delilah purposefully starts walking in the direction of the deputy's place.
Yeah, he straight out of town. That's it.
Do the others follow?
I think I'm gonna halt for a while. I want
You
to
can-
check and see if Millie perhaps is around, or if Millie has been around.
Yeah, you
Um,
can roll a focus, lay of the land type of.
Okay. Focus and awareness,
You're
or
just trying to see like who's here, or is there?
trying to see if there's like a sign of Millie, like maybe
Okay.
she had put something
Right.
down, or maybe is in cahoots with them, or just something where
Okay.
like her influence has effect, and thus maybe that is why they have more power than
All
supposed
right.
to.
I'll say, without a check, it looks like they're just here with their own crew. I mean, any money that you would have brought, they wouldn't have had time to turn into anything. But
And there's no sign of Millie. You
yeah,
don't know
there's no
where she is
sign of
now?
anybody other than the brothers and their henchmen. Like,
Okay.
they're all hiding. There might be like a couple people watching from inside buildings, but he's just watching you
Uh,
intently, waiting for you to go.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna raise my hands to ensure I mean no harm, and I'm going to slowly follow Delilah and say, "We have one thing, and then we're done." Hands up so they know that I'm not touching my weapons.
One thing.
How many of them are there?
It's head count. There's the two brothers. There's like one guy helping them load stuff. There's also, you can see that the two of them have like massive boars that look like they're bridled and saddled with like straps on the sides for carrying supplies. They have like, there's one henchman sort of packing camping supplies to both boars. They look like they're mounts that probably came here from the ship. And immediately, you also, looking around, notice, like, I'll say without even a check, there's some people who are hiding and watching to see what happens on both sides of the street. There's one person like with a gun ready, hiding like in a window, like just watching. They're not even necessarily hiding, but there's someone like in the saloon top floor and someone in the apothecary top floor, like just sort of sitting in a windowsill and watching.
Okay. Are any of them the same person we saw in the saloon?
The one on the saloon top floor is the same guy. Like, looks like he rented a room or something and is using that as a vantage point.
So there's the two dudes, brothers, I mean, and then there's somebody loading a boar, and then
Yep.
there's
They have one
Two
guy
of-
on the ground and two guys up in buildings.
a total of 5.
Yep.
And one of them is someone we've already seen before, so maybe their numbers aren't as big as a dozen. And I will just follow them silently, but like watching them, like not necessarily with a glare, not like an intimidating glare, but like an appraising glare.
Yeah, they're all sort of, they've like stopped working, and the two brothers are just watching you. Like, the smaller one specifically is just sort of like, he told you guys to get out, and he's watching and waiting for you to turn.
Is there any sort of non-threatening way I could do something along the lines of the same thing I did with Delilah, just sort of detecting any other persons who might be using any magic or elemental powers?
Yeah, I'll let you roll the same. It'll be a focus, and then either
Mysticism?
like, yeah, mysticism, because you're trying to notice signs of magic.
Okay, so focus mysticism.
Yep.
I have a total of +5. And I got a 7.
Okay, not crazy. You notice none of the information you get is none of these people seem to be like magic users. Like the big peccary is like he's got a shield and no weapon, but he looks like he's big and burly enough that mainly he just manhandles people, and the smaller one has a gun and a bunch of knives. And the people who are like following them will have multiple pistols ready. None of them seem like shamans or mystics or anything like that.
Okay. I will note
Like you can
that and
see,
discuss
like
it
primary
later.
weapons are definitely mundane on that check.
Okay. I will note that and discuss it later, but I don't believe the spirits are with them. And I'll
Should we
follow.
all leave uncontested?
You well, I'll say as you turn to go, I need you all to roll focus, either awareness or well, not focus. Actually, I'll say spirit because this is about instinct. Spirit, and then you can add awareness or influence.
+6 for me. Total 12.
I got an 11.
And it has to be influence or awareness.
Well, if you can make an argument for another, then
I mean, I'll try to use mysticism any chance I get. Can I? But I don't know what it is I'm detecting. So,
It's
I'll
an
just.
instinct, so
Can
yeah,
my tattoos look? Can an animal on the back look?
wait. So what skill are you saying?
If I use mysticism, can I have like a hawk tattoo look? Or something?
I'll say sure, just because it's like sort of sensing the feeling. You're relying on animal instincts, intuition.
That helps. Okay, so that's a spirit you said
Yep.
plus mysticism. I have an 11 total.
Okay, so we got 11, 12 was Delilah.
yeah,
And
11.
11.
Okay. So all of you separately and at the same time, you're getting ready to turn to go. You ask if you're leaving uncontested. He is trying to make it seem that way, but he's also very pointedly waiting for you to turn your backs to him. Like he's not
Mhm.
sitting down and lounging and like go on your business. He's like standing up. His finger is on the trigger and he's watching.
That's what a coward does, is shoot when your back is turned. I don't say that out loud, of course, but that's definitely what I'm thinking.
Hmm.
Delilah's going to pipe up. And, careful of that trigger finger of yours. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a bit overzealous.
Again,
She's, like,
I've got my hands up.
looking over her shoulder with a very casual glance. Trying to basically intimidate him into not
Yeah.
acting because we know what he's planning. Don't make an issue,
Yeah.
and we won't make an issue.
Well,
I'm
in
not
this-
making
in
an
this-
issue. Am I making an
Oh,
issue?
she didn't say that part out loud.
Okay.
That was implied.
Yeah.
In the
Still said
spirit
I
of the
don't have a
Western,
problem.
I'll just grip my harpoon a little tighter.
Yeah.
Just in this, and you hear
Yeah,
it.
everyone's looking at each other. The choir is making noise. Everyone, there's a tense glance. People are looking at each other. The
Free to go, sir.
smaller man. Yeah. You're free to go. You'll just have to go a little faster than you're thinking. And he raises his gun to shoot. Now I'll need reaction times.
Okay, how do we
We're starting
calculate
on the
that?
timeline. So everyone was ready for this to be a conflict. So you have to roll for a reaction time, but since it would normally be a d12 minus your speed, roll a d6 minus speed instead, because you're like, obviously you knew that a fight was going to happen.
I rolled a 1 and -2.
I rolled a 1 -1, so I got
Okay.
0.
Well, yeah, it's minimum 0, so you both stay at 0 on the timeline then. I'll screen share that back to the thing.
Can you remind me what the roll again?
D6 minus your speed.
Okay. 2.
Total?
Yes.
Okay, so I will add to junior, new action, reacting. Okay. Then I'll add our other people to the timeline. Let me pull up. He's gonna do, yeah, activation 5. Start him at 0, and then I'll add the brother. You can't see it. I'm streaming it.
Ah,
Oh, you can see it on the stream. I should look at the stream. Got it.
Okay, got it now. All right. So Ezekiel is the small one. He was the one leading the talk. He is starting the combat, so he's starting with the activation of his attack instead of reacting.
What the
If
deuce?
he'd been able to get it off like stealthily, then we'd be starting with his shot resolving. But wait, no, it's wait, no, this is a new marker I'm creating. I'll create it and then I'll kill it. Okay. New action. Okay, there he is on the timeline. I'm gonna roll a reaction for Gabe. Okay, he got a 6 minus nothing. Okay, that gives us. Wait, did someone disappear or it just spaced them weirdly? Yeah, we have our 3 players. We have those 2.
On the
Okay.
stream, I can see myself, Gareth, Junior, Ezekiel. I
Okay.
can't
Yeah.
read the one in red and allies.
Yeah, and then I'll add the. Okay, so starting at 4. Is one of our. That's the one in the saloon, and the one in the apothecary. We'll nickname medicine. He's also starting at 5. Okay, let me. And then the one on the street. 4. Okay. That's all sorted out. The timeline is here. So he's raising his weapon. He's in the act of like pulling it up to shoot from the hip. You are all at range 1 from him, effectively, as in you're in speaking distance, but not like up in his face. So not close to engaged in melee yet. And yeah, it's Garchuth and Delilah at the same time, so you can both like pick what you're doing and we'll initiate them.
Is Ezekiel the one firing, or
Ezekiel is the smaller one that's firing. Gabe is the big brother.
Okay. You can go first, Delilah, if you have a thing.
Yeah, Delilah's going to grab the base of her fan, remove it from its holster, snap it open. It's got the actual like fabric of the fan doesn't look like fabric. It looks like a condensed cloud.
Mm.
And she's going to she's snapped it open in her hand and she's going to bring it down in front of her to create a gust of wind that she's going to try to use to send his shot flying off. So that would be a block action.
Okay. Yes, we're treating that as. Yep. And yeah, for also other note, weapons are equipped as part of your reaction time, so it's like otherwise it would be an action to equip it, but at the start of combat you get to pick like what your loadout is because that's part of the like you are already ready to pull it out and do this because of noticing and then rolling well. So he's at 5, so I'll add wait, nope, that's gonna make a new marker. I just have to create it and then kill it. So you are blocking activation 5, so you're at the same part as him. It's a reaction, so it'll color code it.
So a block reaction with a cooldown of 2.
Yep. Yeah, so the cooldown is after we resolve it, but you're there on the timeline. So now, Gartooth, you can start your first thing.
Activation means it's going to be, like it says activation 7, it'll move to the 7th
Yeah.
spot on the timeline.
Yes, that's where so this activation 7 would put you right after Gabe initiates his first action, but he's reacting, so nothing will resolve, but the shotgun blast will resolve before it.
Copy. In that case, reach activation. Okay, so I guess I want to do this is going to move everything back on the timeline, but I think when we talked, it was that takes 4. So I want to make a spirit blade, which is I infuse a non-magical weapon you touch with a magical weapon I have equipped, unequipping the magical weapon, and my next 3 attacks, I get to add spirit, and they gain any special properties. That takes 7. So if I wanted to make,
wait, it's I have 4 as the base activation for Spirit Blade.
Oh, sweet.
Well, as the total activation, because I think it's 5 minus half your, or no, because it's reduced by your spirit instead of your speed. I think it has that active will tag.
Okay, that makes
that I have your sheet in front of me too, so it's an activation of 4 to get your spear ready, and then you can initiate an attack after that.
Okay, So I do want to imbue it with some sort of, with the grappling powers of it's grasp of the deep, right?
Yeah,
Oh no,
that's
spear blade.
that's the
Spear blade.
feature name, and then the weapon is called water. But yeah, Spirit Blade is the putting magic into a weapon.
Okay, then I'm gonna do that with the spear or harpoon,
Okay.
and then so I can't launch the attack yet. It's just
Yeah. Yeah, we're
Okay.
we're just putting Spirit Blade as the I'll put other action target is spear.
Okay. In that case, I am going to ready an attack on the dude with the gun.
Yeah. Yeah, we have you. Yeah, after your Spirit Blade will resolve, and then you'll continue on to the next.
Copy.
Yeah. Okay, Junior. It is
Can I
now your
also
turn.
can I also sort of do something evasive, or is it one thing and then I'm
It's one thing at a time. So
okay?
we'll like once we get to your turn, you might if there's like an attack targeting you, you might decide to block or evade it. But
Oh,
for
I
now,
see
there's
where
nothing else for you to react to.
I see it. I see where it is because I was looking at the written description of Spear Blade, but I see it on my sheet as 4. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Then that's what I do.
Okay. Copy. So yeah,
So
Junior,
just
you've
for
seen
clarification.
immediately he's getting up his gun to shoot, and these two are reacting to that.
Yeah. So Ezekiel is getting ready to shoot. I'm wondering because it looks like we have two people going after Ezekiel. At least like Delilah is going to in defensive mode.
Mhm.
I'm wondering, and it might be a little bit risky. I kind of want to pull out my pistol and shoot at him at the same time. I'd be probably going for a reckless attack of -1. So
Okay.
my activation would be at 5 as well. But I want to know how far away am I from Ezekiel because my range only goes up to range 2.
He's range 1 from you, so fully within
Okay, perfect.
pistol firing.
Did you mean
Yeah, I
Gabe,
would
not
like
Adam?
But yeah, wait. So which one are you trying to shoot at?
Gartooth, if you're going after Ezekiel, I might go after Gabe.
Gabe. Okay. I thought you said I. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Just so
And
that we're not interfering with one another.
yeah,
I
and
want to
note you're
shoot at
starting
Gabe
at 2,
before.
so it's your
Yeah,
activation.
exactly.
Yeah.
That way I would like to make it a reckless attack, so I -1 for my activation. But that also means I -1 for my accuracy, if I recall.
Yes. It's reckless.
Okay.
It reduces the activation and accuracy by the same.
Ugh, do I want to do it at the same time or? Okay, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna do it at the same time as Gabe. I
Okay.
don't want to because my accuracy is only a 2, so I want to make it like
Yeah. Well, and he's also
I want to try my best.
that means you're like if it's at the same time as him, then you're preventing him from reacting to that shot, basically,
Right.
because he'll just be starting his action when that happens.
Yeah. So I see like Junior as soon as everything hits, like he reacts a little bit slower. He kind of gets startled.
Yeah.
But he sees like Ezekiel going for the shot, and then Gabe moving pretty quickly with him. So he just like reaches behind, pulls out his pistol, and goes. Phew! And
Yeah. Okay. So wait, what's the total activation for that?
total activation is 4. I'm not going to do
Okay.
reckless. I'm just going to do a normal attack.
Oh, okay. So just pistol shot
Yeah.
activation.
Oh, wait. If I do piercing attack with my gun, do I add the d6 to my attack?
It's to the activation. So you would roll the d6 now, and then
Yeah, no. I'll do a normal attack.
okay. So activation 4, you said.
Yep.
Okay, 4 attack target Gabe. Yep. There you go. Okay, now we're at Gartooth. Your Spirit Blade is active, and you can now initiate your next action. Well, the two henchmen are going to initiate theirs as well.
So the closest person to me is still Ezekiel then, right?
Well, him and Gabe are, Gabe is like a little bit behind, but he's moving into a more defensive position. They are
Okay.
the closest, yes, because the one that's on the street is kind of off to the side. But I'd say the street henchman is like equal distant to you.
Okay.
For both of them and Gabe included, moving once as doing the move action would put you at melee 3 with them.
Okay. In that case, I will definitely. I'm at melee 3 with them. You said.
If you'd be at melee 3 if you did a move, which let me pull up the basic action types. Actually no, yeah, moving once it would be 4 minus half your speed. So yeah, actually then it's only an activation of 3 for you to move once, which would mean engaging with someone at melee 3, or you could do like an advancing attack and then you would move at the same time as your attack is resolving.
Okay, so if I were to attack Ezekiel with my new spirit bladed spear, what would happen? What would that do?
If you attack, so you could attack from where you're standing if you want to throw it. If you want to like run up and stab him, then you'd have to make it an advancing attack. But if you throw it, it could be another kind of move if you wanted it to be.
Okay.
But then, of course, you have to go and get your spear.
Yeah, I get that. So I could throw it right now. I'd rather. I mean, if that's definitely going to be quicker then, right?
It would be the same. Like if you throw it and if you advancing attack, it'll happen at the same time. It's just that throwing it means you're still standing here and we'll have to then move and then do another action to pick up the spear. So that's the trade-off.
Yeah,
but if you throw it, you could do like a power attack or aimed attack or something. Whereas advancing attack like takes up your move slot.
Copy.
But it's faster than like moving and then attacking or attacking and then moving.
I want to try to hit him before his shot goes off. Is that possible? With both?
Well, no. Well, you're at 4 and he's at 5. So unless you had something that could have an activation of 1, then it would happen at the same time. But his shot is right about to go off, so there's not a lot you can do about it.
Copy. In that case, I will advance attack.
Okay. And that's wait, so your activation for spear advanced attack would be 7. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Here you go. Attack is ready. And let me input these guys as attacks. So the one on the street, I will say, seeing you starting to move towards the guy, his boss, his pal, he's going to attack you. So that's a piercing attack is what they have. Which is a activation of 4 plus d6. So let me roll that. I rolled a 1. Lucky for him. So activation 5. Attack target. Okay. The next one. He's going to attack. What's Junior doing again? Oh yeah, you're shooting a pistol at Gabe. So yeah, he's going to return fire to you, also with a piercing attack. You roll the activation for that one. Oh, a 1 again. They're both lucky.
No.
They're lucky for now. Attack, target, Junior. And now they're both stuck, clumped up at the same point in the timeline. Okay. Yeah. So Ezekiel's shot is now resolving. He
Yep, and I blocked.
Yep. So you'll get the, if he misses, he'll do no damage instead of half damage, and if he hits, then you get to maximize the first hit die you roll against it. He's noticeably, as he's pulling the gun up and shooting, you see a little bit of blood like over where his heart is, like bleeding through his shirt, and it draws attention to the fact that there's blood stains there. Like he continually keeps bleeding out of the same spot as and he like grunts in pain a little bit as he raises his gun to shoot.
He's already injured. This might be
So
faster than I
that
thought.
is a total of 16 plus one of his hit dice. He's adding a d6. Oop, I rolled a 6. So that's,
Lucky GM.
yeah, I rolled 1s when it needed to be low and then a 6 when it needed to be high. So that's a 22 total damage and puts him on cooldown for 3.
Holy.
How does evasion work?
Oh wait, no, I didn't roll to hit. Yeah. Let me do that first. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Watch
I
me
rolled.
completely dodge it and my block negate all 22
Yeah,
points.
well, yeah, let's see. So I rolled to hit a 10 plus 4 accuracy. So what's your evasion?
My evasion. Yeah, my evasion. It's 6 plus speed, right? For 8.
Yep.
Since my speed is 2. Okay. How
Okay.
does that work?
So a 14 in that case is a critical hit because it's like 12 or more is your thing plus 4, which means you are staggered by 2 and you are hit. You can still, so you're still blocking, so it's the 22 damage. Reduce that by your damage resistance if you have a number for that, and then you pick a hit die as the first one you roll and its maximum value, but still expended.
Okay, so staggered for 2 is my total stagger.
Right. If it gets more than your toughness, then you'll roll to see if you're interrupted.
Okay, and resistance only comes from armor, right?
If, well, armor, or if you did like unarmored skill point ranking.
Okay. So I don't have any resistance.
Okay.
And
So
for hit dice, do I
so
get to pick which one I start with?
yes, you pick which one. The d20, you have to wait till the end to use it, but
Yeah.
the other dice, you pick which one you're using first, and you expend them one by one, rolling them against the damage. And since you blocked, the first one you roll is automatically max value, but you still have to spend it and then continue
Okay,
rolling
so
dice from there.
And a d8 and max it.
Okay. So 22 minus 8 is 14. So that's how much damage is remaining.
And then I just keep rolling until I've canceled out as much of it as I can, yes?
Wait. Yes, you do that.
Okay. I just spent a d6 and got 5.
I think the timeline
Yes,
died.
it just it has disappeared from my thing as well. That's not good.
Technical difficulties.
It deleted itself from the stream because for some reason when I tried to stagger you, the application closed itself. Do we have a way of recovering the numbers that those were at?
I can go back in the stream. I can rewind. Give me a sec.
Is that a thing we can do here? Where's the?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to open it up again. I might have to like test it
I
more to
can't
see
do it
what
from my
the
iPad, but someone
if
should be
something
able to
glitched.
Where's the?
You can keep rolling against the damage in the meantime, but
Yeah, okay.
yeah, we'll have to
so
try and
I
recreate
rolled-
that screen.
I rolled an 8 from my max. Then I
Yep.
rolled a 5 for a d6.
Okay, so that puts you're at 13 out of 22.
My second d6 gave me a 4.
Oh,
I'm-
wait, so we were at 13 plus 4 is 17.
And I guess I'll roll that last d6. For a 6.
Okay, wait, so we were at what? 17 was the number I said?
8, 5, 4, 6.
So 8 plus 5 is 13, plus 4 is 17, plus 6 is, yeah, okay, so you were able to absorb the last of the damage from the attack?
Yeah.
Is there a progress bar on Twitch, like when we're live? That
I mean,
can
I see one, but it's like I try to rewind and it says having a problem rewinding.
Me too. I don't even see one on mine, and I'm doing it on a PC.
Oh, wait, okay, I was just able to do it. So wait, we were at Gartooth's turn. I had just added the cooldown.
I don't even see a progress bar on my Twitch.
Okay,
Screen.
I see a progress bar. I can get the screen as it was right before that happened. So bear with me 1 second, I guess, while I try to recreate that. Okay, allies, we're at 12 still.
You have to
Name.
make like a new one.
Sorry, that's the, yeah, I have to start it because it didn't save between things. I have to figure out what the glitch was and fix it, but I won't be able to do that right now. Let me actually, I'll try the screen share while I'm doing that, just so you're not staring at nothing. And I won't use stagger because that's what caused the glitch.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully next time it'll be working. properly.
Yeah, well, I think you said it was only if I go over my maximum stagger that
Yeah, well,
they
for the
would
canceling
apply.
actions, this application doesn't take that into account, but also it wouldn't matter for that instance because like he wouldn't be able to interrupt your reaction to his attack. You would have just
Mhm.
been like it would have interrupted your cooldown, which does nothing. Junior, we're starting at 6, and I'll keep the thing paused on my end so I can like see what the action and progresses were.
I'm gonna refresh the Twitch stream and see if I get a progress bar back. But I have to watch a commercial for Jackal again.
Ow. Okay,
Okay, yeah,
that's
I
in
see the timeline again.
5. Can you see it on the live? I'm screen sharing to Discord again, so you should be able to.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
see it
I
on the
can
live
see it on the
stream.
stream.
Okay.
You can see that there is a stream to watch on our own personal Discords, but wow, 2 commercials, Twitch. You're getting a lot from us. I don't want to use either one of those. I don't want to watch Peacock. I don't want to use Chime.
Okay, wait. So you were at 5, then +2 cooldown and +2 stagger, so you're at 9 currently.
Okay.
Okay. So now, yes, we have the timeline back. It doesn't have the action names, but I can see the action names, so we will go forward from that. All right, Ezekiel, it's a cooldown of 3 from his shot, so I will input that. Okay. And now the medicine one was, oh, he didn't have anything yet. He was still reacting. He's only after the shot is gone rung out is he like able to pull out his weapon and get involved in the actual fight. So, piercing attack. This one will, who do we have targeted already? I have Gartooth, Delilah, and Junior. The piercing attack. I'll say this one's aimed at Gartooth as well because he's running in close.
No.
Activation is again 4 plus d6. I rolled a 6 this time to balance out the ones. So
Thank God.
he fumbled getting his pistol out, and now he's like taking a really long time to aim. He was not ready for the fight to actually start. Who did I say? Gartooth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There we go. Ah. That gives us Gabe's turn. He was also still just reacting, but hasn't had a chance to do things yet. Are there? No, there is an attack against Ezekiel currently. It's 5 points away on the timeline. And does he have anything faster than that? No, not really. Okay, he's going to use his protect reaction to try getting in front of his brother and defend him.
Yikes.
Gabe is?
Yep.
That's a toxic thing.
So activation will be, yeah, 5 to put him at the same time as Gartooth. Wait, no, he's
But I might be
protecting.
able to drop
He's
Gabe. So let's see.
Okay, he's reacting to that. Yep, now it's your turn, Junior. You had a pistol shot at him.
Yes. Can you remind me of the rolls? So I have my accuracy is 2.
Yep,
I know
so
what
you
my
roll a
damage is.
d12 plus that
'Kay.
against Gabe's evasion, which is not that high because he's not super slow, but he's big and lumbering. He's
Right.
not especially fast.
Okay. Fingers crossed. This is my first time using a gun weapon in this game. I rolled an 11 and my accuracy is 2. So
Oh, okay.
13.
13. And his evasion is 6. So it's not 6 plus 8. That would be what? 14. But yeah, that's enough for it to be a critical hit because it's higher than 10. Yeah, 10 to 14 is critical on a evasion of 6.
Oh, that feels good.
So he gets pushed back by 2.
Can I describe exactly what I do?
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll do damage too. And I'll say that also because he's staggered, that like messes up his reaction and stopped him from being able to do that in time.
Yes.
I'll just call it a new action.
That's so satisfying. Nothing like getting a super good roll on something that's super detrimental. like,
Yeah. Yeah, so he was trying to jump and get in the way of the other attack, and then your shot forced him to like react, and he wasn't able to do that.
Perfect.
But yeah, you can
And
describe
then,
it. And then tell me the damage.
yeah, again, because it was a split second. Huh. Very sudden moment, and Junior had fallen behind his 2 other peers of like getting startled. But as soon as everything came to a head, and he saw Gabe pathetically try to help his obviously superior brother, um, after many years of training and his quick shooting, like Junior takes out a shot and just like right at the hip, pulls down the safety
Yep.
and pa,
Yep.
just rests it
Preloaded.
right on
Yeah,
the hip.
one of your single shots fires smoke and ash shoot out, and the bullet fires towards him. How much damage is that?
13.
All right. So he's gonna roll one of his d12s. Got a 2. He's gonna roll another d12. I got a 7. Okay, he's at 9 out of
He's
what?
at
12
9.
damage, you said?
Yes, so we need 13 because
Okay.
I have a 12.5, and so it rounds up to 15.
Okay, yeah. Oh, right. And he had damage resistance too. So it was actually, wait, so 14. So after damage resistance, 12. And he's currently at 9.
Yeah.
So he's going to roll then one of his d6s. And that brings the total to 15. So he spent 2 d12s on a d6.
Oh, that feels so good. Yes. But we also know, because we saw an injury on Ezekiel, that he probably already has some hit die gone.
Well,
Or at least
actually, I'll
that is
say
what the
yes.
injury-
He spent a hit die and added it to the damage of the attack. You can
Yeah.
tell that now that he's doing something, he's doing something. It doesn't look like a previous injury. It looks like something he's doing to himself that is in some way increasing
Oh.
the power of his
I knew
attack.
what that was. I knew
Yeah.
what that was.
Yeah, because you looked at the demon style moves.
Yeah, because I took stuff from it.
Yeah.
Blood rush.
Yes. You
I should've
recognize
known.
something dark and sus is happening when he does that. Okay, and I assume that has a cooldown for the pistol.
Yeah, my cooldown's only 1 though.
Okay, cooldown 1. Cooldown. No target. Okay. Yep. So then it's still your turn after cooldown.
Nice.
My next thing, Ezekiel is right ahead of me. He's also doing a cooldown. How far away is Ezekiel from me?
He is at range 1, so moving once would put you at melee 3 with him.
Okay, so my bullwhip says I have a reach of 3. Do I?
Uh, yeah, so that means it's melee 3. So you would have to
Okay,
advance
I'd have to
attack
move
to
forward.
get there. Yeah, he's out of range of that because for melee, it's you can they have a number which is one of the 3 melee ranges, and you can attack 1 point ahead of that or 1 point below at -1 accuracy. But if it's like you're already at 3, which is max melee, so you can't use that to attack at range 1. You would still have to move forward.
Right. Okay. Um, I might actually focus on one of like the street shooter probably because I do worry that they can get a shot in at one of us and then stop what we're doing. Um, now that I had a hit on Gabe, and I know that the others are kind of focusing on Ezekiel. I might put my focus on the street shooter. So the street shooter, is that in the, you said the second floor of the apothecary,
The one on the
or is that
street is
on the
on the
street?
street. Medicine is the one that's up in the apothecary.
Okay. How close is the street one?
He is basically equal distance from Ezekiel. He's like off to the side, but kind of in a semicircle around you. And he
Oh,
currently what he's doing is a piercing shot aimed at Gartooth.
okay. I think I'm gonna go after street guy then, so that it can kind of give Gartooth some space, and I'm gonna go for an advancing attack just so I can make sure that I'm hitting.
Advancing attack with the whip, you're saying?
Yes,
Yep. Against wait, sorry, yeah, it was
against street.
okay, against street. And yeah, I'll assume start of combat was you have the whip and the pistol equipped at the same time. For now,
Mhm.
we'll run with that. What's the activation for that whip attack?
It's pretty high, but it's gonna be a 9.
Okay. Target against street.
Fingers crossed it doesn't hurt too
That
bad.
puts you all the way at the end. Okay. Ezekiel is off cooldown now. Given he has Gartooth running towards him, that's going to happen before he can resolve much. Let me see how fast he can move. Because if he gets away from you before the attack resolves, then it won't be able to hit him. Well, I guess it would, but it would force you to
I also
throw
have
even though
faint,
you advanced.
so I can make it work. I have faint too, so if I need to change the attack, I can.
That's true, you can do that. Well, changes to something shorter, but okay, he has a speed of 3. Which means his movement would be 2 with a cooldown of 1. So yeah, he's actually going to do that, given that he's a coward. Actually, no, because if he runs out of way, it doesn't cancel your attack because you can just change it to a throw, and it'll just force you to drop that. Hmm. Wait, no, but he can move and then evade because it's fast enough. No, that's not true because he'll be coming off cooldown when your thing happens. Because of the minimum action thing that I built in to stop people from being too fast. He's going to evade your attack then, or attempt to rather.
Hmm.
That puts it, yeah, activation 3, reaction, target, Gartooth. Yep. Okay. Now we're at piercing shots. Street was a piercing shot aimed at Gartooth. So I'll roll that.
Don't hurt my
Uh,
man.
Yeah.
then.
It's a +4 accuracy for total of 8. What's your evasion?
7.
Okay, so it's a regular hit. That's 15 damage and cooldown 1.
And I have a resistance of 1.
Okay, so then you're rolling the hit dice against 14 damage. Oh wait, no, but it was since it's a piercing attack specifically. The extra activation time means like the trade off was that he gets to ignore your damage resistance.
Okay.
So you're just rolling against the full 15.
Full 15. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll a couple of d8s.
You got this.
Mm,
Kitty.
8 on the first one.
Yeah.
A 7 on the second. I'm at 15.
Okay. You
Yeah,
only
so
use
that
2 die.
Yep, 2 dice. You
Good.
perfectly. That was really good for what that was. So you were able to like flinch out of the way and not actually get nailed with a lead ball.
So if I have a total of 3 d8s, I now only have 2 left.
Yep. Yeah, you spent the 2.
Okay. Okay. I don't need to mark that. I'll just remember I only have 1 d8 left. Well, okay. I've used 2 d8s.
Okay. And then the second one. Wait. He was targeting. Yeah, that was Street. He's on cooldown. Salooner had another piercing shot targeted at Junior, so let me roll that. Okay, I rolled a 10 total.
My evasion is an 8.
Okay, so another regular hit, so another 15 damage. No damage resistance allowed.
Okay, let me roll my dice. I'm gonna start with some of my d8s, and the goal is to get 15. Okay.
Yep.
I rolled a 5, so I have 10 left. So I lost 1 d8. Rolled a 5. Lost another d8. I rolled a 7. 10 minus 7.
Is 3.
Thank you. I'm going to use a d6.
Okay.
All right. Yep. I am
Okay.
down 2 d8s and a d6.
Okay. That's still pretty good in terms of averages.
Pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and then we're back to Delilah. You were on like cooldown / stagger
Yeah.
from
Okay.
magically trying to. You blocked the brunt of it. You didn't get shot, but it pushed you back. It took some of the wind out of your
So
sails.
if I want to attack with my wind magic, I would have a base activation of 9. If my understanding correctly, that speed would turn that to 7 if I have a 2 in speed.
It's minus half your speed, rounding up.
Minus half your speed. Okay, so that would bring it down to 8, not 7. Um, and I'm going to Curse of Pain for +3 to my activation. That will let me deal the damage in 2 blows because
Yep.
my attack uses my spirit, which is a 3. Then that means I'd have odd damage, so dealing it twice means dealing more damage overall.
Yep. That's correct.
So total activation of 11.
Okay. And you're targeting who?
Ezekiel.
Okay. Okay. 20. Salooner and Street coming off cooldown. I'm hoping they roll different numbers this time. They are gonna. Yeah, they've each used one shot. They have 3 shots each. Oh, actually, the medicine one I think is still on its first, but yeah, activation is 4 plus d6, so we'll do that. So 8 activation for the first one.
Not another
And
cute
he's
thing.
up in the. That's they don't have that many moves.
Okay.
They do the same thing every time because they're minions.
I mean, like,
Um,
you guys only have 1 point of armor anyway.
yeah, it's to be
Not
fair,
making a big difference.
it's not the most efficient move for them to be doing, all things considered. But that's what their training is. He's going to target Junior. You haven't really. Well, you're running up to whip his buddy, so he's actually gonna shoot at you. Street is also going to fire at you, but he's hoping that the die roll puts it like under the action you have coming towards him. Well, actually, wait, it's 4 plus. No, wait, it's really unlikely for that to happen. He's just going to block then. Even though it seems like a pretty inefficient use of block, but he doesn't really have anything faster.
Yeah.
Eh. He'll never block from me.
Okay. Gartooth spear
Kitty and
attack.
the puppy.
Finally, here we are.
Finally.
So Ezekiel is evading. So his effective evasion is 13 right now because it's +4 from that reaction.
Okay. What do I roll?
You roll a d12 plus your accuracy for spears, and remember you get the
+3 for damage.
you get magic. You have +4 accuracy because you made it magical.
Oh, nice. Okay, +4
So, yeah.
accuracy.
So it's d12 +4 against trying to get a 13.
Well, I don't get a 13.
Was the
Does that mean
total?
anything?
If you
Uh,
if you get within a certain, you do half damage.
Oh, I got 10.
Oh, yeah. So you would have done no damage and fumbled if it was less than the evasion -4, but getting a 10 means, yeah, it would have hit him normally. His evasion turns that into a miss, but it does half damage in that case.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I like that.
So, yeah, we'll total your damage. It was 6
It normally is
here.
6 plus the 3 from Spirit Blade,
Yes.
which looks like the harpoon takes on the qualities of a shark biting
Yes.
as it sinks its teeth in.
Love it. Yeah, and I think that means it still does the grapple, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check the wording of that feature. Oh, yeah, in addition to taking damage, the target is grappled, so you do half damage and you still grapple him.
Awesome.
Let's
So
go.
so the damage would be 9, so half damage rounding up would be 5.
Okay. Yeah, 5. And roll a d12 for me to see what part of him you grapple.
7.
That is left arm.
I
Let's
am
go.
grappling
Whoa,
his
whoa,
left arm.
whoa.
Massive shark just.
Okay, I'm noting that. Rolling against 5 damage total, we said.
Mm,
Okay.
Roll
He's gonna
low.
go rolling a d6. That's a 3, and then another d6. That's a 5. So he spent 2 d6s.
Now that
2,
is the
and he's
result.
using the clever defense feature. So what this manifests as is he like sort of throws some sparking powder that like interferes with your shot while you're trying to get it off, and it means the magic still like grabs his arm and holds him there, but it wasn't as much of a direct hit as he wanted.
Okay. And then do I get to do another thing?
So that the action doesn't have a cooldown, so you can now choose the next thing you initiate. And he's on cooldown too.
Awesome. 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 Would another jab with this, well, if he's grappled, would I lose the grapple if I attack them again with the spear?
Nope. Because the way that magic works, it specifically says that you can grapple up to 3 targets without using any of your limbs, but the trade-off is that all of the grapples are escaped at once if someone does it.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'll leave a little translucent glyph covered shark just grappling onto that.
Yeah. Oh right, and you did an advancing and stepped forward. It wasn't a throw, so you're up at he's
Yeah,
at the tip
I'm
of
right
your
there.
spear, and the shark
do another-
stays grabbing him.
I'll do another spear attack then.
Okay. So another basic attack, 7 activation.
Okay.
Easy.
Because I get
Okay.
3 moves with this. I get 3 attacks with this spirit
Yes.
blade, so I should use that before I do another magic thing, right?
Yeah, you get 3 before it runs out.
Okay.
And then
we'll
at
do
that
the-
point you would have to like re-equip magic and then
Yep.
do the thing again. But okay. Allies. I put this marker on the thing. It looks like we are at almost 10, so we will have to freeze frame and come back. But before that, we're going to do the first ally turn. The way that works is rather than having all your friends also be on the timeline because they're also not necessarily fighters, you can pick one of the people who's helping you and they will do an action. So you have
Sycamore.
Sycamore. Yeah, he's here. He's like off to the side watching and defending himself. Also, at this moment is when you hear hoofbeats approaching the scene. And you know
Gwen!
that Gwen is arriving, so you can choose one of the two of them to do something right now.
Sycamore's probably not much of a fighter, but I also
He's-
don't want Gwen
He's
to
in the
get hurt.
corner. He's channeling magic in the corner. There's like lightning around his arms.
Okay. Let's
For
then
a
let's focus on
reference for what he can do.
Because if Gwen is just arriving now, let's focus on Sycamore for now.
I agree.
If he has magic too, that might be a very big benefit.
Yeah.
Uh,
Electric magic was also something that I looked at under the demon art. And it's got a pretty interesting quality, so we might want to attack with that.
Okay. Pick the. Should we go Gabe or Ezekiel? Let's do Ezekiel. Let's push him back.
yeah, he looks like the most dangerous one.
Yeah, so the lightning has
Gabe hasn't had a chance to
made
even do
all
anything yet.
stunning.
Yes,
Oh,
it's stunning. Okay, so in that case, one of you can roll the attack then if you want to. He has +6 accuracy for this.
I'll roll it.
I'll offer it.
For just
Okay, yeah, you do it.
charging
Okay,
up
I'm a
Strike.
min-maxer, so I'm always afraid. I trust you more.
Here we go.
and you hear like a faint rumble in the sky.
He got a 10 on the dice.
Oh, okay.
Yes!
Nice. 16.
Sycamore Sam!
And Ezekiel wasn't evading that time because he didn't anticipate that attack. So wait, 19 total?
Rolled a 10
Woo.
plus 6.
Oh, plus
Uh,
6, 16, which
yeah.
is 7 higher than his evasion, so it's a critical hit.
Way to go, Sam.
Okay, let
See, this
me.
is why I'm friends with the guy.
I get it now.
Okay, staggered back by 2, putting him back to 15, and it's and he might get staggered more, so we'll see. Yeah. What's the finding my notes here? It's 10 damage. And yeah, he's got some hit dice. He doesn't want to spend big ones, so he's gonna try rolling his d8s. So 1d8, I got an 8, lucky.
No.
He's a gambler, so he's gonna roll one of his d4s next.
Get a 1.
And I got a 2.
Ah!
So he
Okay.
spent 2 dice. So yeah, now he's at 4 and then 2. Spent 2 dice, which means he's staggered by another. It's 1 per die, so another 2 points. Okay. Pushes him back, and then allies will go back another 12. Because it's a recurring effect every 12 time.
Got it.
All right, and now we are at 10:02, so I think we will have to freeze and get back. I intended combat to start faster, so that's my bad, but I think it was still a fun session. We did a lot of plot stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We got really into the story.
Yeah, let me just take a screenshot, and that's good. You built up a foundation. You bit at the plot hooks and stuff. All right, so thanks everyone for coming by. We're gonna pick it up next week and see where the rest of this combat goes, and then where the rest of the story goes after that. But yeah, thanks. I hope everyone had fun. I hope the combat was interesting, and like you get a feel for how the system works now, and we can continue the fight next time.
Had a great time. I'm excited for next week.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. And thank you, Nick, for running tech for us.
Thank
Have
you.
a good day, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a great evening,
Have a good
everyone.
night. I had fun. I'll see you next week.